I don't want to alarm anyone, but I've been wheated. Good. Sweet. Oh my goodness. Welcome back, everybody, to a brand new episode from the Skizzlecraft server. My name is Nick. Welcome to the channel. It's so good to have you here as I peek through the tall grass at you. So this probably requires a little bit of explaining. And I don't have a lot of footage from it because I do most of it on streams, and some of it was even off stream because, you know, as much as I like making content, some of this is also just for me. But we engaged, myself, Soaring Leaf, NB Menace, and a bunch of others at the shopping district a few days ago, engaged in a little fun, friendly game of wheat tag. After we, for whatever reason, we were at Leaf's base, helping her sort through her storage system issues, because the issue being that there was no storage system. I was trying to turn around to get the sun, and then somebody slept in it. It did the thing. We were sorting out the thing over there, and she just had so many wheat seeds in so many different chests. And these things kept piling up and piling up and piling up, so it just kind of became like this running joke of wheat everywhere. To then it suddenly evolved into I got killed with a stone sword called wheat seeds, and then it became like a wheat curse or something like that. And then we had a pair of wheat seeds that we actually renamed the wheat tag, and we're chasing each other around with it, and then chasing other people around in the shopping district, just dropping them randomly into the inventory. And it was really fun. It was so much fun. I'm having an absolute blast here on the Skizzlecraft server. If you're here from the server watching this, welcome. So wonderful to have you here on the channel. And if you're not on the Skizzlecraft server, hit that description down below and you can find out how you can join as well. But I mean, this has been just so much fun. And then I log in the other day. I log in and I just see this giant field of wheat up here on top, of course, of our beautiful floating island. I stuck a piece of glowstone here in the middle so that way I could have a place to... There we go. So we can have a place to land, but take a look at this. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's kind of beautiful in like a really weird way. That all of this wheat is just literally planted all over the top of my island now. So, I mean, we're going to have to remove it, obviously, at some point. But I kind of want to leave it here for now because the focus of this episode is going to be building our nether portal. And more specifically, our, nether portal island. Because it's going to be attached to a floating island up here in the sky. That's going to be attached to our main island here by a little sky bridge. So that's going to be our focus of today's episode. A much smaller scale build to go along with, this monstrosity that we built. I still have to do a lot of reshaping to this thing. I actually kind of don't like how big the butt is on this thing. We take a land here, and we take a little peek-see at it. See, okay. So you see, the big butt of it, basically, and it kind of I like that the chain kind of leans in that way where it would naturally be just a little bit heavier. Now keep in mind that the anchor is holding the island down. It's not as if the island was just chained there, whatever. It's like the island actively wants to escape even and get away from the surface, but the butt is a little bit too conical. It comes down kind of more like a cone and not just it's not tapered quite as well as I would like it to be. So I kind of got to regrade that a little bit, but we're going to wait until I bring the tuff, the andesite, the smooth stone, the cobblestone, all the fun things in there that we're going to end up decorating that with. I think it's going to look really wonderful when it's done, but we'll definitely get more of that stuff done. I also decided in the space between the last episodes to mark out the borders of my claim. Now you can see behind me, right over my head, there is a little copper pillar with a light on top of it. That is one of the corners of my chunk. I mentioned in the last episode, 21 by 21 block space, which goes from here up over the top of this mountain here and down through here, and you can see the other ones right here, and then we turn this way We'll head to another corner of our giant base area down here, right next to this big ravine. Ooh, that's nice. And then we can fly up over here and check out the last pillar over here down in the corner of this island, which... Okay, the server... That's the worst possible time for the server to be restarting. Oh my goodness. Well, I hope I don't crash and burn when we log back into the server here. Let's wait a second here and see what happens. Okay, well, let's hope we don't crash and burn when we log back in here. Let's go. Okay, we're good. Woo! Oh, that was almost really, really rough. Oh, last corner of our plot is down here. So essentially, we have control of this entire island pretty much. I mean, going way out to here and like over through here. All of this lake pretty much, like, or at least like the first half of this lake, like over here. We've got this beautiful end of this little thing right here. I actually cleared all the trees off of this. I'll probably plug the time-lapse footage right in here really, really quickly, just so you guys can see it. But I cleared off all the trees down through this area here, a little bit of this continent over here, and a huge area over here. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to have a ground level village over here at some point. Who knows exactly when or how I'm going to do that or whatever else. I'm not 100% sure. I really, really, really could not tell you. A little splash landing. And check out what I got randomly, first time on the server, even seeing a drowned with a trident, and I got the trident from the drowned. Are you serious? I love it so much, and this basically just reminds me of being on Bedrock because, of course, you guys know my base in Bedrock Edition in Triton-Craft is built in an ocean. In the middle of an ocean. So I just have nothing but bubble columns that I launch out of with Riptide all the time. So I just love having this thing, and it makes it really, really easy for me to get around here in this as well. I really, really, really do got to get this thing lit up, like really, really, really badly here. Oh, you can also see that there is wheat all over my home island as well. There was also wheat seeds like all through my chests and stuff, but I've been kind of sorting out all of my inventory stuff, making everything like a little bit prettier and everything like that. And you can see I also organized out my shulker box. We've got my closet with all my gear in it. We've got my vault with all my special shiny bits. We've got my special bits, which is all sorts of other random stuff. The rocket box, I bought a redstone box, and then my memory box, which right now just has my first ever set of armor in it. And these are the boots that Menace gave me here. And these also are boots that Menace gave me. And this is a helmet that Menace gave me. Thank you so much, Menace, for being so amazingly kind and just randomly dropping all sorts of amazing gear on me. It's really, really amazing. And then the 100th death. Soaring Leaf's 100th death. I got to claim it, and I've got her head, and we're going to make a nice little shrine to that. These things in the memory box are probably going to end up in some kind of a shrine somewhere that we'll end up building in here, because I'm going to make a lot of amazing memories on this server, I think. If the past couple of weeks is any indication, like, I'm going to have a lot more fun, and I can't wait to just put all this stuff like all over everywhere. Actually, I got to get the wheat seed sword and put it in that box too. I know it's in one of those boxes. I just don't remember which one I put it in. But yeah, I got to stick that wheat seeds sword in that box as well. They even gave the Allay wheat seeds. Absolutely amazing. My first prank on Skizzlecraft 2, my first time getting pranked. And oh, there will be retribution. There will be retribution. Don't you worry. But I'm not going to tell you what it's going to be right now, because I know there are Skizzlecraft people watching this video right now, and I don't want you to know what it's going to be. So we've also done a lot of amazing terraforming down here on the ground level. I talked about this previously, I think, in the last video, or did I cut that footage? I can't remember, but we're going to talk about it now, so it doesn't matter. But down here, I really wanted to expand out the size and kind of scope of this lake area down here. So you can see, we can't really see it from there either. Jeez. I don't want to pop any of the wheat off. The wheat's all going to stay on here, and then we're going to like try to flood it all off like all at once. I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. But so down here, You can see there's the channel I had to dig to bring my villagers over here, that they're floating in this box over here. But we removed this little piece of the continent that was jutting out here and splitting these two different sections in half. And we removed the other piece of the island out here that was sitting out here next to where the anchor took shape. And we kind of cleared out and made this much, much bigger lake area in here. And I also decided to remove this little tiny small peninsula where this box was sitting, where the villagers inside of it. I removed this whole thing, got underwater. I've got Aqua Affinity now. Oh, it's not even on my head. I've got Aqua Affinity and Depth Strider now, thanks to NB Menace. And now I can get down here and I can wander around underwater with full speed, with my normal abilities and everything like that. And I just kind of completely cleared this whole area out and really tried to make it look really good. I need to get a good source of bone meal, a good source of bird meal. Good source of bird meal. I'm going to get a good source of bird meal. And God, I love having a trident. I really, really do. Makes it way, way easier for me. I also love looking at the bottom of the island at night because I can kind of really see where I need to reshape it. Especially on this side. It's still this side that is really bothering me. And then this taper needs to go down more sharply, I think. It's too fat. It's too fat and kind of bulbous and conical, I think. It just needs a lot of work, and we'll eventually get there. The last vestige of the old base that needs to be removed, of course, is our island where all of our stuff is collected right now. But that stuff is going to stay right where it is, at least for now, because I got to figure out where I want my actual base to be when I actually start building stuff up here on top of the island. Where do I want to actually build my first quote unquote starter house? Everybody else on the server is building all these amazing things, and I've got a floating rock and it's basically just a floating wheat garden now. Yep. This is where we live now. Love, love, love having Riptide. I'm going to get bubble columns going in this as well, so I can launch my way up out of bubble columns and things like that, up into the high depths of the world. And I think what I actually want to do, because if you think about the way that this base is positioned here, that floating island, it's actually not terribly elevation-wise higher than this island over here. I think it's what's the peak over here? I forget. Something like... Yeah, this is 110. That's 184. So, I think what I want to do is do a couple little puddle hops. So if you do have a Riptide Trident, you'll be able to go blunk, blunk, and you won't have to necessarily have... I want to kind of try to get a couple more, so that way maybe if somebody wants to come and visit me, but they don't have wings or something else, they can still plunk, plunk, and get up top and be able to visit me up there. And, we can have some fun, and we can hang out, and we can do all sorts of fun and amazing, amazing stuff. But as usual, I'm yammering on. I'm not doing anything. We're just gabbing here, and we're not actually building anything. I keep looking at this thing. The more I look at it, the more it needs to change, but I don't want to invest myself in doing it right now. I need to wait until I decide to reshape it and add all the other elements into it to really, really make it stand out and look really, really good. I do think it looks absolutely beautiful, though. And that's going to be the first of many. I don't know if people really know or can think about contextually how many of these I'm actually going to have in here. They're not probably going to be as big as this one. It's going to be a series of kind of interconnected smaller islands, and we will have another couple of bigger islands that are going to also be anchored to the ground probably at different points in time, but I'm not really going to worry about doing any of that stuff right now. Right now I want to focus on getting some stuff built up there, getting this island out of here, getting everything else relocated up to the top up there, and then we can kind of start getting our stuff organized and start focusing on all the other stuff we're going to build for the rest of this whole time that Skizzlecraft is live. I don't even know how long this season's going to end up lasting, so I want to just build to my little heart's content and have a great, great time. So let's start gabbing, let's stop gabbing, and let's start building, and let's get the outline for our Nether Portal Island designed. wheat has at last been purged. The poison has been lifted. Welcome back, everybody, to Skizzlecraft. And we have outlined up here on top of our island a little bit of what we want to do in terms of some structures here on the first main island in our base area. We're going to talk about that more in the next episode, though, because this episode is all about this absolutely beautiful nether portal island. Now, I want to tell a story with this build. That's the most important thing to me here, is telling a story. And there's this kind of magical energy. If you've seen my magical village in Titancraft, I kind of lifted the same concept from there. But there's this magical energy that's kind of levitating the island into the air. What else is holding it up there? Well, nothing but magical energy that you can see kind of tapering off here. These are just glass panes. You saw that little time lapse there with all the dirt that we placed and had to rip back out of there. And then for some reason I made it way too long and we had to rip it back out of there, but that's neither here nor there. I really love this color palette of the ground as well, of the basalt, the mud, and the cobbled deep slate. We're going to use tuff and path blocks to do our pathing, and then just this gorgeous bridge. I love this. I love how rickety it looks in a way. Like, we're obviously missing like a railing section there, and like we're missing a railing section there. I love the trapdoors kind of flipped up in there, so you got, ooh, you can see down below there, you can see down below there. You know, it looks treacherous. It looks like it's scary. We've got to do a little something else in here. I'm not sure 100% what I want to do lighting wise. If I want to do lanterns, if I want to do something, I'm not sure. These may come out of here, the bottom ones here, and we may add some lanterns and stuff up there from that. And I've got to add some vines in here to our bridge because I want some vines to hang down, not terribly far. I don't want them to go way, way down, but we need to add some vines in here so we get just a little bit more growth, a little bit more life energy kind of hanging out on this thing. I added into the roof here, I added some of the tiled deep slate as well, which I think is a really, really good blend, a really, really good contrast in there. And I really, really love that. Of course, we got some glow lichen up on the roof just to help prevent spawning, because there was just a few spaces up there that were still spawnable before we slapped that up there. But please, please, please head down to the comments. Let me know what you think of this build here. I'm so, so proud of it. I really, really think, like I said, I probably did that roof like 4 times. Every single time I completely tore it down and rebuilt it. Like I said, I didn't want to do a structure here, but I just wanted to kind of build something around the nether portal. So that way the nether portal wasn't just like sitting there. I think we also need to, in here, let's grab some trapdoors in a minute here, because I actually want to take some mangrove trapdoors or maybe some other kind of wood, because we'll match maybe this brown color. I don't know, but I want to cover up the nether portal sides in here too. I forgot about that. So yeah, let's actually go and grab ourselves some trapdoors so we can get that taken care of here. And yeah, we'll talk more about all of the outlines here all over the island next time. This is all of the wheat that we've liberated from the surface of the island here. And then, well, there was a full double chest here, and Going Gray asked if anybody had some wheat. So of course, us wheaties were more than happy to oblige with meeting the server's wheat needs, as it were. So yeah, let's grab some trapdoors. I've got my entire like giant mess down in here, all this massive, you know, shulker or chest monster or whatever, but it is at least labeled and organized. So that way, until I at least get an actual building built for storage, which I think is going to be one of our first focuses here. We want to build like a more permanent home for all of our storage stuff up on top of the island itself. But yeah, until then, we've got everything labeled, so that way I'm not sitting here searching through chests forever to try to find all the different stuff I want to build. So wood's in here, but we got to open up here to get into our wood chip. But I got, but no, but I, whoa, but I got, oh no, oh no, oh God. Oh God, it's spreading, What's happening? Ah, oh gee, oh no, I gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here. Maybe we escape into the nether. Oh God, I can't escape it. I can't get away from it. Oh God. What? No, it's this, I can't escape it. It's everywhere. It's